Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to the Downsized Live. My name's Laraine Durham. I'm here with this guy,
Christopher Durham.
We've been married 22 years. I should know his name by now.
Do you? Should you?
I've lost over 50 pounds. He's lost over 100 pounds. Me on compounded tirzepatide. He on compounded tirzepatide, Mounjaro, Zepbound, compounded tirzepatide.
Yep.
We are now, I consider myself an expert on tirzepatide. And we know a lot about you.
With zero actual education. We are not medical doctors and do not claim to be.
Sorry, I shouldn't. I'm not actually an expert, but we talk to a lot of people. So we're here with you guys live tonight to answer your questions, to celebrate your victories, to help you work things out. And first question of the night, would Christopher eat Arnold sandwich thins that have 12 grams of protein?
No, I would not.
Yeah. You were supposed to let them guess.
No, I would not.
Told you, Mel. Okay. Anyway, Christopher doesn't like things that are protein added, like artificially added, like things that aren't in nature that much protein. He doesn't like the protein shakes, the protein bars, etc. Now, myself, on the other hand, I ate a protein bar just today that was delicious. I drink Premier Protein in my coffee every morning as coffee creamer. Premier Protein, if you're watching, call me. Trying to get sponsored by Premier Protein because I love Premier Protein. But no extra protein, all the extra protein. So.
Well, I eat lots of extra protein. It's just called meat and vegetables and beans and things that come from nature.
I've been a little worried lately that I'm not eating I'm not hitting my protein targets. So I've been trying to keep track of that a little better. And I hate tracking. I'm not a fan of tracking. I don't think anybody should have to track anything ever. But if you get to a point in your journey where you feel like you're not making your goals, it's helpful to just track for a day or two. You don't have to track forever. I am not going to track every day forever. If you like tracking every day forever, then that's what you should do. But, I know a lot of people get too focused on the food when you're tracking. So when I was on Weight Watchers, I would be, putting it in my app, my apple, my 7 almonds, and then I was just constantly thinking about what I was going to eat next, or, put all my food in for the day. Well, what am I going to eat the whole, it just got to be too much and not helpful. So we have to find what works for us, and what works for me will not work for Christopher Durham or may not work for you.
Let's see here. We have a couple of the new members.
All right. Welcome to
Sandstorm. Hello, Sandstorm.
Thanks for becoming a member.
Anthony Downing.
Thank you, Anthony Downing.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, so we have, normally this is our time where we would be doing a members-only Club Downsized live. But tonight we did the members-only one earlier, and now we're doing the one for everyone now. JoJo just walked in the room, so she might be joining us in a minute. JoJo's our cat. We're traveling tomorrow to Washington, D.C. for the Obesity Action Coalition Conference. Here comes JoJo. And so we will not be doing the live tomorrow. That's why we're doing it today. If you would like to meet us for our meetup in Washington, D.C., JoJo will not be there. JoJo has to stay home. Kitties don't like airplanes. But we will be in Washington, D.C.
Really, Arlington,
at the Renaissance Arlington Capitol View Hotel in the lobby bar tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m.
Please go to our website, thedownsized.org, and RSVP.
Yeah.
So we know you're coming.
JoJo.
But love to meet everybody.
Nobody wants to see your butt. Okay.
No kitty booties.
If you know JoJo's middle name, please put it in the chat now.
Now, when you do that, it just makes it harder because I have to scroll through a whole lot of things. And you're like, why are you scrolling so much?
And Dennis, don't put Siwa because that's not her real middle name. I don't care what my daughter says. Okay.
All right. So if you're out there, you have a question, please start it with a couple of cues so I make sure I catch it. We don't intentionally skip or miss anything unless it's just strictly offensive, but that only happens rarely, and we have a couple of moderators that'll probably kick you out before I see it. So,
yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Anna Hoover, good evening, everyone. Hello,
Hi, Anna.
Hoover.
Thanks for being a member.
Life is good. Says, thanks for all you do. Yeah, absolutely. Is it normal to not lose anything until you hit higher doses? I'm up to 3 weeks of 7.5 tirzepatide. Been doing this for 5 months. Well, so have you lost zero?
Like you're
or have
exactly
you just
the
not
same?
lost? Have you just not lost as much as you'd like? Would be my first question.
I mean, some people don't lose until they get to the higher doses. That could be a thing. For a small percentage of people, this might not work at all for you. So I would get with your doctor. I would, see what's going on there. If you haven't lost any weight at all, keep going up through the doses.
Well, and so my next question would be, well, it's taken you 5 months to get to 7.5. If you've actually lost to zero,
why did you take so long?
Why did you stay on the lowest dose? Mm-hmm. Because hanging out where you're not losing anything
doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if you were losing, absolutely stay where you are. But if you're not,
it might. Some doctors are like that. Generally, we say if you're losing weight on a dose, stay on that dose. We're not doctors. P.S. We're not doctors. This is not medical advice. Always check with your doctor before doing anything GLP-1 related. But we say what we've seen is if you're losing weight on a dose, stay on that dose. If you're not losing weight on a dose after 4 weeks, go to the next dose. That's why they have these
that's
titrations.
The original Lilly and Novo titration schedule is every month. Most people don't do it anymore, but
and I think in the original studies they didn't expect people to lose weight until they hit like the 12.5, right? Wasn't that the original hypothesis or expectations? Those loading doses, the 2.5 and then the other doses were just there to get your body used to the medication so that you could take those higher doses that they thought would be the most effective. For me, I lost weight on every dose. Well, a lot of people do. Some people don't. DJ, hi, Missouri here. Hey, Missouri. Michelle Frank, hi, all. Hey, Michelle, thanks for being a member. Anthony says, hello. Wow, this is the first time I've gotten an early notification for these lives. Usually I just have to remember they happen at Wednesdays.
So, and today's Tuesday, so that must be confusing.
Yeah.
You probably turned on the bell. So when we say like, subscribe, and hit the bell, what that bell does is it turns on alerts for you. And it'll do it. I also think I set it up earlier today just because I had time to. So typically the live. So when I set up the live stream, it should send you out a notification if you have asked it to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want to be a member of Club Downsized, it says Club Downsized in the corner, but this is not the Club Downsized.
That is true.
But if you'd like to be a member of Club Downsized, you should see a join button. My friend Sandy is watching. Sandy, look for the join button below where I'm talking and click that. It'll take you to another video with us talking about Club Downsized. We have a special Club Downsized live for you on Tuesdays. We have a special Club Downsized Facebook page, and you get little emojis next to your name, and we appreciate your support. It helps support our channel, The Downsized. So thank you.
Scott Miller says hello to the Downsized family.
Scott Miller gets his shipments quicker than anyone in
America. I think he lives in TUK, right?
Yeah, I think he lives.
Come to the meetup, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them about the rest of the meetups?
Well, JoJo's sitting on it, but yes.
So there's 126 people out there and 45 likes. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you do hit the bell, it'll alert you when we do things like this. We also today published the remainder of the meetups for the year. So we'll be doing 6 of them across the country. Lorraine's going to read the dates if JoJo will sit down, because JoJo is sitting on it. So if you haven't already, you can go check it out. We'll also release a video that has all of the information in it tomorrow. Go for it, girl.
Okay, tomorrow we will be in Washington, D.C. There's a meetup at the Renaissance Arlington Capitol View Hotel. That's tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m.
And these are all completely free, very casual. Show up, say hello, shake hands, chat with everybody. Very casual.
Take a selfie with us if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to have a Charlotte meet and greet. So, Scott, maybe you can meet us there. It's going to be Thursday, August 14th at 6 p.m. at Optimist Hall, which is in Charlotte. We're going to be near the Spindle Bar. Okay. because this is where, we live near Charlotte. So we figured, hey, there's some people around here. So Linda, I think you're around here too. Maybe you can come, and Mindy. Then we're going to go to Atlanta for the Obesity Week conference in November. So on Monday, November 3rd, we're going to have a meet and greet at 6 p.m. at the Westin Peachtree Plaza at Bar 210, which is the hotel bar, one of the hotel bars.
Did you skip the Orlando one?
I did skip the Orlando one. Excusez-moi. Okay, so September, we're going to have an Orlando meet and greet. Sunday, September 7th at 6 p.m., Homewood Suites by Hilton, Orlando Airport. We'll be coming off a cruise, and so we thought, yeah, we'll meet up with our friends who are in the Orlando area. So that's Sunday, September 7th. Atlanta meet and greet, Monday, November 3rd, and that goes with the Obesity Week conference. So Condi Carmack, our friend at cancerobesityconnection.org, is going to have a booth. We're going to have a booth next to him and his guys, his team.
We'll actually have a combined booth. We're going to do it together. Booth. Yeah.
Because the Obesity Week is more about the science and the doctors and the big pharma. And, we're just people who lost weight on GLP-1. The one we're going to tomorrow is more just like the people, fighting obesity like us. And the one in November is for paper presentations and stuff like that. So,
all right.
Condi,
so that
kind of goes to that one.
That's Atlanta. And so all this information is available on our website at thedownsized.org. If you'd like to go, please go RSVP so that we know you're coming. Then the next one, the one I've been fighting for, Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right. Saturday, November 15th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. I will be in the lobby bar at Caesar's Palace, our nice big place. For those of you who have been following along, I've been fighting for this one because I want to go see Kelly Clarkson. And my goal is to get Kelly Clarkson to do an interview. For those of you who have followed her career, she has lost a good amount of weight on GLP-1. She actually talked with Whoopi Goldberg a while back about it, and has been pretty open about it. So we are going to take a swing and see if we can get her to join us. There's a couple of good podcast studios in Vegas that if she's willing to do it, I'll rent out some space and we'll go film with her, talk to her about it, basically do a downsized dish with Kelly Clarkson. Can I make it happen? Yeah, it seems like a long shot, but we're going to try. So what I would ask is if there's anybody out there who has any connection to Kelly or Kelly's people, her butcher, her manager, her drummer.
Stop saying butcher. Nobody has a butcher. What do
well, you know why I think, I think butcher?
Why?
No, because it's like the Brady Bunch. Al the Butcher.
Yeah. Al the Butcher.
Yeah.
Is this 1965? What?
He always knew everybody.
The Butcher, Al the Butcher knew everybody in the Brady Bunch?
Did. He always knew everybody. Yeah.
I did not.
I don't know why you're offended by the
I've seen every Brady Bunch, of course. Yeah. I mean, of course.
Anyway, we're looking for a way to get in. You will see us come back from the Obesity Action Conferences event this week and hit the ground pretty hard doing a full press social media going, hey, Kelly, we'd love to talk to you. Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it. We're going to be out there trying to get Kelly to show up and do an interview with us because we think she's got a great story and she's super talented. We'll be actually going to her concert the night before, Friday, November 15th. So got some tickets to see that. So super excited about that. And then we will leave Vegas and fly to Chicago, Illinois. We actually have another event with our real world business there. And on Wednesday, November 18th, we will be in Chicago, Illinois at the Embassy Suites by Hilton, Chicago, downtown Magnificent Mile. It's right in the heart of things, and we'll do our last meet and greet of the year from 6 to 8 there. So it should be super exciting. If you want to RSVP for any of those, go to
super exciting. But
super exciting. Go to our website, thedownsized.org, and check it out. They're all absolutely free. We're not selling anything. We're not charging anything. I might even have some swag to give away. Who knows? There might be JoJo pins. You never know. We do have little JoJo head pins that all the people on the cruise got. Yeah. It was funny. All the ladies were walking around with JoJo on. Let's see here. DJ says, is this for the memberships or for the ones that have only subscribed? Well, DJ, this one's actually open to the whole world, so you don't even have to have subscribed.
Yeah, normally on Tuesdays it is for members only, but since we're going to the conference in Washington, D.C. tomorrow, we're doing our live for everyone tonight. So we did an earlier live just for Club Downsized members, and then at 7 o'clock, this is the live for all people. All subscribers.
In all likelihood, you might see us live every day this week because I want to broadcast from the conference.
Yeah.
And tell you guys what's going on.
I'm exhausted already. Okay, so make sure you click like and subscribe. We got about 70 likes, so thank you very much. It helps us. It helps YouTube send out, the message that people like us and they want to watch us. So.
Steph V, there's a couple of people that are asking about the crowns. So YouTube has gamified live streams and chats, and essentially all of those are things that reflect whether you've done comments, whether you've given super chats, your participation in all of this. And the higher up you get, there's a spot where it says
top fans.
Yeah, so I can see the top fans if you go up to the top right.
I know who our top fan was.
And right now, and we're not. This is not we don't care. It doesn't matter. But our top fan is Anna Hoover.
Anna Hoover is our number one fan.
And she has 100 XP, which I don't know what that means, but
it
gives us
points, maybe.
Yeah,
100 points. I don't know how you get points.
Yeah, I don't know how you.
But I can tell you that Anna Hoover has said a comment on every single one of our videos, starting, I don't know, a long ways back. So if you put comments on our videos, if you watch our videos, it gives you more points. What do you get for that? Nothing.
Well, you get a little crown.
You get a little crown, and
I think the color of the crown changes.
We'll call out your name. Hey, Grace Cat Lady. Vanessa says, "Sup, Downsized peeps? Did you see the cat? Did you see my JoJo kitty sitting here? Okay, hopefully I enjoy these. Okay, thanks, DJ. Crazy Cat Lady always wants to know where JoJo is. Oh, good, Linda. Linda's registered for the Charlotte meet and greet. All right, cool. We can meet you.
All these people want a crown. Yeah, I think the only way to get a crown is just to participate. So you're working your way there.
I mean, and that's, you can, and that's why we're here, right? To interact and to talk and to make comments. You can just hang out and just, you don't have to make any comments. Not everybody wants to comment.
Shondo says, hello.
Shonda. Hello, Shonda.
See, we have a new member here, Sai Pat. Hello, Sai Pat.
Thank
you for joining.
All right, thank you. Jojo says, thank you very much.
Jojo says, thank you very much. Harjareen?
Annette?
Hello. Sure.
Hello, everyone.
Cool name.
Journey of Life. Hello, everybody. So Journey of Life, message Barb. Barb wanted to ask you something. If you can message Health at Any Cost, Barb. Is Barb on here?
I don't know. I haven't seen her so far.
Message Barb.
I think Barb wanted to know your real name.
Well, that's what I just messaged. I mean, I think she wanted
TJB, thanks for being a member, says hello all.
Hi, TJB.
Tammy Griffin says good evening, Downsized.
Good evening, Tammy Griffin.
Juanita Jones says hello from Wichita, Kansas. My grandma's name was Juanita. Mary Juanita.
Mm-hmm. Anthony, would he do it for a year's supply of Zepbound? Eat one of those rolls?
Sure.
I'd make him. Because that would be like a $15,000 value to us folks that don't have insurance coverage. Ada Gonzalez says, I'm so glad to have lost 50 pounds in 30 weeks. Wow, good job. Just 20 to go. A1C down to 5.3. Awesome. Yep, our average weight loss is between a half a pound and 2 pounds per week. So you're right in there. I always have a protein drink after workouts. It's a good idea. Yep. I used to do that. Now I don't really feel like eating anything after a workout lately. Suzanne, but I eat breakfast before. Suzanne says, does Premier Protein have sucralose in it? It used to. I would have to have one and read the label. And I do not have one in front of me.
Anthony says he hates tracking too.
Yeah, down with tracking. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of tracking for sure. Another YouTuber said protein shakes were the reason for her constipation. I think the reason for my constipation is I'm not getting enough fiber. I'm not eating enough vegetables, which, you have to be careful of too, right? And I use like a third of the protein shake in my coffee in the morning. So I seriously doubt, that would cause it. But I'm not.
Well, so I actually had a conversation today with a fellow I've known for a long time who's in the beverage business.
Is that
Eric?
Oh, yeah.
Who's
What
in
did he
the
say? Oh, is he making protein shakes?
They make everything. So,
Yeah.
And they are basically a co-manufacturer. So they make a lot of the branded stuff that might be something else.
Mm-hmm. Private brand.
Not even private. They make the national brand. They make a lot of stuff.
Oh.
They make a lot of stuff.
Beverage-wise.
And he said that they, along with 3 or 4 other companies, and I think the University of Illinois had funded a whole study on protein drinks that was getting ready to go into the field and see how it impacted weight loss, see if it constipation. There was all kinds of questions they had about protein drinks and ingredients and stuff. So,
I do try to mix it up sometimes. Like I'll do different protein drinks. Like sometimes I have those own protein drinks because they're plant-based.
Those things were terrible.
Well, we bought them to do the review on them, and I don't like to drink them by themselves, but poured into coffee, they're fine. So if I see one that's on sale, I'll get a different one other than Premier Protein, because I do feel like, why am I drinking coffee creamer with no nutritional value when I could be getting a little bit of protein right off the bat first thing in the morning? I've listened to a lot of podcasts, not a lot of podcasts. I listened to the Dr. Gabrielle Lyon podcast, and she's a big fan, and people who have been on her show are a big fan of getting 40 plus grams of protein in the morning right off the bat. There's, people who say that it helps them and, it helps them. I don't know. So I've tried to get some protein in the morning. I think this morning I got 33 grams at breakfast.
Roche says, slop. So Julia Sparks, look at that.
127 pounds in 11 months. Wow. That's awesome, Julia.
Hey, girl.
33 pounds left to go.
And this is where you say, Julia.
You need to come on the Downsized dish. So every week I talk to people like you guys out there watching right now. They come on and tell me about their weight loss, tell me about how their journey's going. And it's just, about a 30-40 minute conversation. So send me an email if you'd like to come on and tell me your story. Or you can talk to Christopher. JoJo's biting me. Okay. So, we'd love to talk to you.
Joni says JoJo's middle name is Cornelius.
Yes.
Roche says Siwa.
Valerie says down 138. 138 pounds, 10 milligrams Zepbound in 15 months, 18 pounds to my goal weight. Dang, y'all. Y'all are killing it out there. Good job, Valerie. I mean, before GLP-1 medications, when's the last time you heard about somebody losing over 100 pounds? I mean, you pretty much have to have weight loss surgery or, or there just would be few and far between. So it's just, JoJo, you're going to get kicked out if you keep biting me. It's amazing.
That's the
right?
Pay attention to me.
Yeah. Well, I bet now she's going to bite you. She's going to clamp on to your arm, and then you're going to throw her across the room.
That's a good possibility.
Mark Clem says, hello, everyone. Hey, Mark Clem. Mark Clem has lost a lot, too. Angela says, this week I hit 50 pounds down. Yay! 4 pounds until a normal BMI. 14 pounds to go. Hooray! Hooray! That's me. I'm 50-ish pounds down. DK, I want to move up, but I'm not losing. The side effects are too crazy. Yes, if you're having side effects like constipation, nausea, fatigue, I mean, I've had those kind of definitely at the beginning, and then sometimes I feel tired. I don't know, 56.
So moving up's not necessarily going to make you lose weight any faster, especially if you're having side effects.
But is this the one who hadn't lost anything all the way and had?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I would go back and back and talk to your doctor, maybe use a TD, look at your calories, make sure you're staying in a deficit, make sure you're doing all the things you should be doing. So So sometimes we don't realize what we're eating.
If you're not losing, I mean, I hate tracking, but it really can be eye-opening as to what you're eating and how much you're eating. And are you hitting your protein goals? Are you hitting your fiber goals? Are you drinking enough water? Because sometimes I just can't keep it all in my head. I'd like to think that I can, but sometimes I just need a reality check. So it's Darium says, good evening, Durhams and Downsized community. Good evening, Darium.
So Darium's going to be in Arlington, and he's going to the conference as well. I think we're going to do a Downsized dish with him live and in person. It's going to be exciting. Lewis Cox says, QQQ about compounded terzepatide, B12, or glycine.
I've had both.
They're both vitamins. I don't
really know what glycine is. It glycine a vitamin? It's supposed to help with muscle, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. We've looked it up before. Somebody else asked us that before.
The vast majority of telehealths are not actually giving people choices on which one they can get. So
whatever that compounding pharmacy is cranking out to personalize the dose just for you, that's what you're going to get. So, but I
would take either one. We've had.
They're all fine.
Yeah.
Losing it Grays. Hello, Downsizers. Hello, Losing it Grays. Shelba. Hello from South Georgia. All right.
Mariela's 360 is a member. Thank you very much. Says hi all from Arizona.
Hey, and Mariela, she's got a channel too. Mariela's 360? I believe it is. LA for Dreams. Laraine. Hello. So happy I found you live. Well, hello, Laraine. Are you in LA? You should come to our Vegas meetup. Go to thedownsized.org for more information. Darium says, did you hit the like button? Are you subscribed? If you hit the notification bell, you would be alerted for all the fun. You tell them, Darium.
So right now there's 206 people online. Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Durham. This is Laraine. We are the Downsized. There's 93 likes, so almost to 100. If you've got a question, actually, Darium says, if you have any questions, please start with a QQQQ to get the attention of our host. Absolutely. Let's see here. Linda Bookmiller says, did you see Allie's video today? How she split her dose into 4 shots a week, and it worked great. I didn't. I didn't watch the video. There's no way in hell I would do 4 shots a week.
A shot every other day? Why?
No, I'm not doing that.
No, I don't. I mean,
I like Allie. We talk all the time. Allie's great. So,
but why? I mean, I don't even have a. I mean, okay. So what? In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, if you're on compounded terzepatide, some people take half of their dose on Sunday and half of their dose on Wednesday, or something along those lines, right? They split it into 2 shots on 2 different days of the week to combine to their dose. Some people claim it helps with, just keeps that appetite suppression going strong all week. So I've seen a lot of people talking about splitting up into 2 shots. You're not going to catch me doing 2 shots because I don't like 1 shot. I'm not going to do an extra shot. And 4, no. I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't do 4 either.
Just because I don't like to do.
There's a lot of people doing science experiment tests on themselves out there. The sample of 1 is a very small sample. It's not enough to be indicative that it will work for anybody else. It would be hard to say what level of medication you would actually hit splitting it up that much, but you're never reaching the peak.
You're never reaching your maximum.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I know. I'll call Allie and talk to her about that. I didn't watch that video today. I saw it pop up, and I was trying to edit videos all day because we're going to be out of town. So I wanted to get stuff set up for the rest of the week. So I was kind of, off my YouTube grind there. Let's see here. DJ says, I lost more on 5.5 than on 7.5. Not sure why. I don't have any real food noise or excessive hunger on 7.5. Your body just does what it's going to want to do.
Well, sometimes when you're just getting going, your body's getting rid of a lot. Like you lose a lot at first, and then it kind of levels off, right? So that could be the case.
Yeah, I mean, and I can tell you, so we have a digital scale, and if you look at our digital scale, it feeds to an app, right? Everyone who I've ever seen use a digital scale like that, basically the number goes down and dips up a little bit, down and dips up a little bit, and down and dips up a little bit.
Do that.
It does. Look at it.
Okay. No, I didn't ever have any plateaus, and that's unusual. And I don't know, I can't tell you why that's the case. I don't know why. Somebody must have weighed on a scale in our house. All right, so here's for the year.
Yep, see, right there.
There's no. That's just the. That's the
exactly
data
what I
point.
was saying. That's the pattern of the data. It all looks just like that. Goes.
Okay.
Choop, choop, choop.
Yeah, everybody's different. I do suggest logging your progress if you have a scale with an app. That's great. I also keep a spreadsheet of my weeks, just so I can look at it all in one thing without flipping around on my phone. So I suggest you do that. If you go to, there's a copy of my spreadsheet on my Facebook page, which is the Downsized Adventure with Laraine and Christopher.
There's just one on the downsized.org. If you go to resources
there's
page.
one on our
on
our website. Okay, so there's one on our website too. We had taken it off and because it was too confusing, and then we put it back on. Anyway, it's an Excel spreadsheet. If you don't have Excel, maybe you can convert it to a Google Doc. But anyway, you can try that out if you want.
Chalk It Up says, on my 4th week of Zepbound, I'm confused about compounding. Isn't that over now? I don't get how some people are still buying it. Are they just using up whatever the pharmacies could make? No, compounding is not over. So when semaglutide and tirzepatide were declared no longer in shortage by the FDA, 503Bs, the large commercial bulk compounding pharmacies, were required to stop. And to my knowledge, there's not any of those currently making compounded medications for GLP-1s. 503As, which are the smaller, they're supposed to be doing personalized doses. That's where you see niacinamide and glycine, and you see some alternate dosing patterns. Believe they still have a legal path forward because the way the regulations are written, it talks about personalized medications. There are any number of lawsuits going on right now against Empower and Mochi. There's a whole bunch. There's like
Eli Lilly don't like it.
Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are both suing people left, right, and sideways, but those will drag on for years, and the FDA has not clarified the regulations. So until either a court stops them or the FDA clarifies the regulations and stops them, those larger 503As that honestly have the money for the lawyers are continuing to move forward. So you can still get compounded medications from
Mochi.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. There's a bunch of them out there.
I still use Mochi Health. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's
this is not sponsored.
We're not.
No.
This is not a sponsored segment, but I do still use Mochi Health. All right. Cat C, did you guys ever do a program or episode that talks about perimenopause and hormones? Kinda. I think it's one of the hardest things to cope with that overlaps with weight loss. Yeah, so I've kind of done a little bit here and there, and I did a panel with Downsizing Diva and Taisha.
And you recorded a whole menopause episode.
And Mel B. And I did record a whole menopause episode. I don't feel like I'm super knowledgeable on that topic. Probably, if you go to Downsizing Diva's YouTube channel, you can probably find that where we did that panel. It had a lot of good information. So between the four of us, especially Mel B had some good information. Taisha had some great information. Just kind of sharing along the way. I really don't know. It's not menopause. Just isn't talked about, right? And I kind of I went through menopause while on my weight loss journey. So I think that was probably unusual.
I can tell you, if you put menopause in the title, nobody watches the video.
Well, 55-year-old women.
I'm just telling you, it's the numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Thank you, Lynn, for your super chat. That's nice. That's so sweet of you. 1999. Lynn and Jay went on the cruise with us, and they renewed their wedding vows, and that's their little wedding picture. It was so sweet. It was so nice. So glad to be a part of that. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. It's a super chat.
Mark says, can you double check the Chicago date? I don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday.
No.
So Wednesday, November 8th. Look at the calendar and make sure that's the correct. It's on the Wednesday. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? So we just got, our internet just went down. They're installing Google Fiber in our neighborhood. Sorry about that. So, now we're all pixelated looking. So sorry.
We should be, yeah.
But Mark, you're right. It's Tuesday, November 18th is the Chicago meet and greet at the Embassy Suites near the Magnificent Mile. Okay. What else we got doing out there? And JoJo is sitting here, but it was not her fault this time. It's just the internet. Our internet is giving us troubles. Hello?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking. Hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, we may have lost some comments there. All kinds of weird things going on.
Hey, Maria Murphy. When you go into, we don't control like when the commercials pop up for you guys watching.
Yeah, that's all YouTube. I don't.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why it does that on a live. I feel like I was watching Taisha's live and I didn't have to go out and go back in, but I don't know. Tracks. Shout out to the Downsized. Keep up the traction. Thank you.
Thank you. We are just moving around.
Tracks.
Doris Goody says, where do 503s get the tirzepatide from to make the compound? The same place Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk does primarily overseas.
FDA-approved factories.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to get it from FDA-approved factories. That's why you want to look at your compounding pharmacy and you want to ask the question, are you getting your tirzepatide from an FDA-approved pharmacy? And if they're not, where are they getting it
But
from?
the ingredients are coming from overseas. I mean, if you either this week's news or last week's news, we talked about Novo Nordisk, or no, Eli Lilly, one of them, was investing, I don't know, $20 million or some crazy thing to buy factories in China to actually make tirzepatide there. So it all comes from overseas. There's no question about that. Yeah. See, Danoy says the tides are turning on hormones. Even the FDA is updating their info. I'm on all 3 hormones now, and it's a huge benefit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on a estrogen patch and a progesterone pill, which I went on in the middle of my weight loss journey about a year and a half ago, and it made a big difference. I was not able to sleep at night, just with hot flashes, and it just kind of smoothed everything out. DJ Pugwash says, hi guys. Hi DJ.
Thanks for being a member, DJ.
I don't think he's a member, but he's...
I think if you look, he is. Let's see. See, there's a symbol right there.
No, he doesn't have a little...
Yes, right there.
Oh, it didn't show it on this phone. It shows it on the iPad. Sorry, DJ.
Sure.
Thanks for being a member. Denise Walker said, I would love to hear Kelly Clarkson's story. I hope you get to interview her.
Me too.
We will definitely give it a go. Stranger things have happened, right? Make sure you like and subscribe while we're sitting here. 124 likes, so hit the like button, would you? I believe GLP-1 drugs are combinations, and it's a combination that is protected.
Well, that's not really.
They're direct copies.
I think what she's saying is the combination holds the patent. So GLP-1s are drugs that have been created by either Eli Lilly or Novo Nordisk or whatever new one that's out there developing that mimic a natural GLP-1 that occurs in your body. They're not the same thing. The ones that occur naturally in your body last 3 to 5 minutes. The scientists have figured out how to make those last 5 days, 7 days. In fact, we did a story, I think, on one that would last a month,
it's not
or
out. They're
longer.
working on
That's
those.
coming.
Currently, the
And
half-life
it's
is
that
5
whole
days.
process of how they're
How they
developed
figure
and
it out.
created, and the science behind it to create something that mimics that natural GLP-1, and all of that's patented. It all is. Then the pens are also patented. If you want some like deep reading, go type in USPTO, Eli Lilly, tirzepatide, and you can go read all the patents, but they all exist and they're all protected.
Compounding pharmacies are legally allowed to make personalized doses and copies of brand name medications if it's a personalized dose for a customer. So
Right.
that's how this is happening. They're the exact same copies. Like it's the same. That's why Eli Lilly is suing all these people, because Eli Lilly is saying, "Hey, it's our patent. We figured it out. They're taking money out of our whatever." And so that's where the battle is.
Michelle Frank says, "You two deserve this tonight. It's been a crazy tech night." It has been a crazy tech night tonight. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's so sweet. Thank you for your super chat.
We appreciate it.
That's
We're just
awesome.
now we're on
Thank
a phone
you.
and an iPad, and I've got so many computers sitting here that are. I don't know. I think we're going to end up having to ditch AT&T and go to Google Fiber.
I don't know. Then I don't get HBO Max for free. I gotta watch my.
Well, if it doesn't
Sex
work,
and the
it doesn't
City
matter if it's free.
Series. You guys watching and Just Like That? I don't know. It's got some problems, but I do like it. I feel like I grew up with. They're the same age as me. I feel like we all grew up together, right? I don't know. All right. Kathy Allen says, "From my very first shot of 2.5 Zepbound, I have had no appetite and lost 42 pounds. Titrating up every 4 weeks is recommended by my PCP. I have sleep apnea, so she wants to get me to 15.
Follow your doctor's instructions.
Yeah, follow your. It sounds like you're doing
good.
great. I would talk to your doctor about if you don't really have an appetite and you keep moving up in dose, like maybe get a sleep apnea study and see how your progress is going with that, because maybe you don't need to go up to 15. I'm not a doctor. Okay. Mel B says, "Maria, YouTube Premium has a great promo trial. Regular cost is $11.99 a month. Commercials will cease." Well, how about that? That sounds awesome.
Ree's family is a member as well. Thank you. Says, "Love me some Premier Protein, vanilla, and chocolate."
Yeah, I really like all their flavors. I mean, just like anything, if you eat the same thing every day, your body's going to get really used to it, right? So, I drink it most days in my coffee. I don't drink it every single day. When we travel, I don't take it with me. Like I feel like it's maybe a little break, because I've heard, maybe you shouldn't drink it every day. So IDK.
All right, Shonda.
I love it.
Shonda Winey, I'm not sure how to say your name, Shonda. "Our Priority Med FDA approved." Well, so here's the thing: compounding pharmacies there's no such thing as a FDA approved compounding pharmacy or compounded medication. All of the compounding pharmacies are regulated by the state that they are in. So they have
Carolina,
to, just like you have a building inspector, you have a compounding pharmacy regulatory body that goes out and does all of those things. State of North Carolina
comes out and inspects the compounding pharmacy.
So the FDA does not regulate pharmacies at the state level. Only states do that. And in order for them to operate, it's illegal to not have a state license. And over the last few years, we've seen some lose their license because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So
like there's a platform called Brello, and we can't get it in North Carolina because they're not approved to ship to North Carolina.
Right. So each state has to regulate the ones that are being shipped in.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Joseph Gonzalez, "Mad with Lily. Second dose of 10 milligrams Zepbound was a dud, and they won't replace it. This week was rough. Food noise came back. Can't wait for next dose on Friday. Any advice on this?" Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't be mad at Lily. There's plenty of reasons to be mad at Lily.
He's going to give you some tough love now.
Yeah, I'm going to give you some tough love. And the reality of this medication is it's not 2 + 2 is 4. It doesn't always work exactly the way we want it to. And it's going to react differently every week, at every dose, in every person. So sometimes we're cruising along and losing a whole lot of weight, and we just hit a wall, a plateau, a stall.
That shot didn't work. I didn't lose anything this week. What's wrong with the shot?
The odds of it actually being Lily's medication having a problem are almost zero. That's a completely automated production line. It's hermetically sealed. There's not even any humans that touch it, right? The odds of it being are really, really, really slim. Yeah. The best advice is take your next dose. It's the same advice I always give. Take your shot next week. Move up as appropriately. Yeah. Watch what you're eating.
See if you can dial in your nutrition.
Right.
Are you drinking all the water? Are you getting 10 milligrams? So you've been on this probably 1, 2, 3, 4 months or more. So, it could be your weight loss is just slowing down. It could be a lot of things. Keep a chart of your progress, see if you see any trends in that. But I'd really dial into, all the things, and all the things is a lot of things, but, look at your protein, look at what you're eating. Yeah. DJ says, anyone suffer from IBS symptoms on GLP-1? Is that when you go too much, like to the diarrhea
Irritable
side?
bowel syndrome.
No, I know, but is that diarrhea-ish?
It can be one of the results, yeah.
I think, well, sometimes you do.
I don't actually have that's a diagnosed thing.
Oh, a diagnosed thing.
Yeah, I don't actually have that, no.
Dr. Spencer Nadolsky said a lot of times with tirzepatide, patients who had IBS evened out because the tirzepatide slowed down their digestion and helped them to have more normal function. So, I don't know. That's a great question. Reese family says, anyone else pull the last of the medicine out of Eli Lilly vials? More than my current dose, but I don't want to waste any. Yeah, I mean, how much are those overfilled? They must be overfilled by a little.
So theoretically, they're single dose vials. So you should be able to pull out whatever's in there. Now, I would take it personally. We don't actually have Eli Lilly vials. We probably will one of these days.
Depends on what dose you're on. So,
but if you're splitting the dose, who knows?
If you're on a starter dose of 2.5, just take 2.5. If you're on 10 milligrams and you've got a little bit left and you're feeling frisky, like, it's not going to hurt you to take a couple more milligrams. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I mean, but I know what you mean. You're paying a lot for this medicine, right? You don't want to throw any away. I've got a vial in the refrigerator with just like drops. I'm like, Christopher, you're going to take this, because he'll take 2 shots if we have some in one vial and then we start another one. I don't want to take 2 shots because I don't like shots. I've taken 93 plus shots.
Jeremy F. says, here's a random question. I went to the dentist and they pointed out I have some gum pockets and I need to get them cleaned and treated. I was wondering if GLP-1 could have contributed to this. To my knowledge, GLP-1 does not contribute to that. However, weight loss can. So,
what are gum pockets?
Well, what happens is you lose so much weight that everything shrinks. So, and I've shown people before. My head shrank so much. I have hats that now go down here. We have viewers on here, and I don't know if they're on here. If they are, they'll comment that their dentures don't fit anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because their head shrunk so much.
Yeah.
So that everything moves around. I mean, I continue.
Your ears.
I continue to have an in and out hearing issue.
Because it's the bones in his ears.
Well, what is it, the cochlear, I can't say the word. Cochlear, right, thing. There's so much fat in my head, essentially pushing on it for 20 years, that when that fat was gone, it takes a while for your hearing to even out. Well, it doesn't reconnect. It just kind of isn't aligned properly. So every once in a while during the day, it kind of goes out, and I'm like living in a tunnel, and she'll be like, what are you saying? I'm like, I can't hear you. It's just... And I've talked to the doctor, and it's just, you're just going to have to let it go. There's nothing physically wrong with it other than you lost weight. So that could be a sign of weight loss.
OG 6 foot 6 figure. All right. Good evening. Starting my week 6. You folks have been very helpful with your information. Well, all right. You're welcome. Thanks, and keep it up. Okay, good. Week 6. Just now starting that grind. Welcome to the grind. Marla says, I'm a huge Sex and the City fan. Yes, I'm watching, and just like that, Carrie better end up with Aiden and not her neighbor. I'm kind of rooting for the neighbor because Aiden slept with his ex-wife. So
Melanie
what's that
says
all
she doesn't
about?
end up with either one of them. She's not going to end up with Aiden.
I mean,
it's never going to happen.
It just seems like he belongs somewhere else. He doesn't, I don't know. But it's hard, right? Because they're like, oh, it's Aiden, yay. But the neighbor seems very interesting. Jeremy F. said, could a 61-pound Zepbound weight loss actually cause loss of fat around gums? That's a lot. That's a significant amount of weight.
How tall are you, Jeremy?
I mean, that's a lot for anyone.
And what percentage of your body weight was that? Because it really becomes more about percentages. Because,
I mean, if you're 300 pounds, that'd be 20%. If you're 200 pounds, that'd be, I don't know, 40-ish%. Lynn Becker says, Laraine, I have seen absolutely everything that Sex and the City has produced. Yes, I look forward to watching, and just like that, every Thursday night on Max. I was wondering what night the new one came out, because I got a little bit behind, so Thursday. Thanks, Lynn. Yep. Timothy Wilson, is excessive gas normal while on Zepbound? Define excessive. I mean, your digestion slows down, your food digests slower, everything is moving through slower, so.
And if you're eating the protein, particularly real protein, it could cause more gas for sure.
Yeah, so I was chewing a lot of Tums there at the beginning. Christopher likes the Pepsid AC. You used to take those.
No, I've never taken that.
What is the omeprazole?
Zantac or
is that the same thing as Pepsid AC?
No, it's heartburn.
Okay.
Pepsid AC is not.
I mean, maybe. Maybe you're just gassy. I don't know.
But it can, for sure.
It can, yeah. Hey, Linda, day 40, 23 pounds down. Looking forward to Wonderland. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Day 40. All right, girl. You go. You go, Linda. Am I frozen? Oh.
No, you're not frozen.
I think that one is frozen. This one isn't frozen. Doris Goody says, I have IBS and trizepatide helped me. Thank you, Doris. Case in point.
Yeah, we could be frozen. Are we frozen, folks? Let me scroll down here to the bottom and see.
I think we're going in and out. Yeah, I think seem to be. Oh, that's a good, that's an attractive frozen picture. Usually I have like a scary Frankenstein face when it freezes. All right. Can you put up another question or?
Why, yes.
Jojo, oh, now I'm scratching my head.
Darian says yes, people report.
Some people have reported using gas X, but check with your pharmacist for medicine interactions. Yeah, that's a good point, Darian. You can ask your pharmacist, and they may be able to point you to something over the counter. Lynn Becker says, I take 5 milligram vials from Eli Lilly, and there is always extra, and sometimes I pull it out and use it, and sometimes I throw it away. All right, Lynn, we see you. Yeah, those Eli Lilly direct vials are really meant to be punctured one time. So, Jojo, you're making me crazy. So, when you puncture them, draw it all out. See how much there is. You can always like squirt it back into the thing if you don't want to take it. But once you squirt it back into the thing, then you should definitely.
They have to overfill it, because if they didn't, you wouldn't actually get enough medication.
But yeah, I mean, that's up to you. I don't. Oh my goodness, this cat.
Cat C is a new YouTube member of Club Downsized. Thanks for joining us, Cat C.
Thanks, Cat C.
Michelle says my glasses didn't fit anymore. I had to get new glasses too. Mm-hmm. They were gigantic.
Because he used to have to get the larger glasses because his head was just so much bigger. And then, yeah, they just didn't fit anymore.
Oh, let's see here. Donna W. Hello from Chincoteague Island. I have been to Chincoteague Island and seen the...
Is that Michigan?
No, it's on the coast underneath Washington. It's weird. Hey, did you ever read the horse books? What was it, Misty or... Yeah. I dated a girl who loved horses, and they have wild horses out. They have wild horses out on Chincoteague.
You still have all those horse figurines somewhere in the attic or something?
Somewhere, yeah. Anyway, and the like great granddaughter of the book horse lives out there. So I think Misty, maybe, I don't remember. But I've been to Chincoteague. It's a beautiful place.
What you're talking about? But yeah, welcome, Donna W. Mary Beth Kirk says, starting week 13 and 29 pounds down. My question is, I take 15 units of semaglutide. No, you don't.
Well, she might take 15
units.
units.
15 units, because the units aren't the dose. Yeah, the units aren't the dose. So
I don't know.
The vial says 0.25. That's your dose. That's your dose, right? So I'm not that familiar with semaglutide doses, but I think that's perhaps the starting dose. Semaglutide people chime in. So if you're on a compounded medication, the pharmacy mixes it up, and they mix up the semaglutide and they add something else to it, like B6 or whatever, and then they put it in the vial, and then they tell you how many units, because depending on how they mixed it, right? Depending on what proportion of semaglutide to B6 to bacteriostatic water, they mixed it all up, they'll be able to tell you how many units to pull out to get to your dose, and that's what makes it confusing. So 15 units is not your dose. Thank you for the advice. My wife is on this journey with me. She is on a 2.5 dose, and she starts a 5 milligram this week, but she is a little worried because she's noticed she's starting to lose some hair. Hair loss can be a side effect. It can be a side effect of any weight loss program. So, check with your doctor, make sure you're not vitamin deficient in something. People have had some success with Nutrafol. I had a little bit of hair loss. I tried biotin. I don't know that it made any difference. But definitely be as gentle as possible on your hair. Maybe wash it less often. Maybe sleep on a silk pillowcase. Use gentle wide tooth combs and things like that. But once you stop the weight loss phase, my hair came back. I know a lot of people have reported that too. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to say that. I had the gastric sleeve in 2022 and lost about 50 pounds, but then it wouldn't budge. I started tirzepatide last summer and lost another 45, and I'm about 15 pounds from my goal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We hear that a lot with, the different weight loss surgeries. It can get you so far, right? But it doesn't turn off that food noise like tirzepatide and semaglutide can. So I'm glad that you're using both and they've worked for you. Ultimately, Melissa, week 2, 7 pounds down. Hooray! All right, good start. Good start. You're doing it.
So, Melissa, that's a great start. The caution I would give you is don't get disappointed if at some point you're not losing 3.5 pounds a week. That's significantly above the average.
It'll average out to half a pound to 2 pounds a week, probably.
Maybe you lose more, maybe you lose. It's hard to say, but don't go, oh my gosh,
I'm going to lose 4 pounds a week forever. I mean, some weeks you might. Alicia C, down 58 pounds. These last 10 pounds are dragging, but still so worth it. I'm so glad I found your channel a year ago. Yeah, I mean, that last little bit can drag on. And that's kind of what I was talking about, talking to Dr. G. Was I talking about it on this live at the beginning? I don't know. A lot of times when you get close to your goal weight, or you get under that, BMI, not BMI, sometimes when you get to your goal weight, your body just stops losing weight. You just stop. And you either have to do things to force it down lower, or you can just cruise there and call that your new maintenance place. So, and it's hard to know, right? It's hard to know, like, how low to go. So, because sometimes it can be very enticing to say, oh, I'm 142. Could I be 135? Could I be 125? I probably could if I really wanted to, like, eat a lot less and work out some more and maybe go back up in dose. But I don't want to do all those things. I kind of want to just stay around 142, 144, because that's not easy for me, but I've been staying there and not really that focused on it, if you know what I mean. But that's why I'm tracking things this week, because I feel like I haven't been doing all the things. It's hard to do all the things. Jojo is biting me. All right.
Timothy Wilson says Q. Not sure what your question is, Timothy, but Jeremy answered the body percent. So he said he's lost 27% loss. So yeah, that's a significant loss, and actually, that's significantly higher than the trials.
Than
so I mean, really, the Surmount studies would have been like 18 to 20% on average. So you're outpacing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could cause that. Shelly says her feet shrunk. Mine did too. Full size down.
My feet did a little bit. Like, I've always had a wide foot, and now some shoes don't hurt so much. I guess they weren't really that wide. I just had fat feet.
Tanya Sparkle says, Christopher, you're taking 2 shots to get meds out of 2 different vials. Hopefully you're only using 1 syringe. So no, absolutely not. I'm using 2 syringes.
2 syringes.
So I'm never going to cross-contaminate 2 vials.
Reuse.
So I draw whatever's from the first vial, take that shot in one spot, clean the next vial, wipe the whole, do the exact same process just the second time from another spot.
Don't ever use the same needle twice.
Well, I wouldn't use it twice, but I'm drawing. I mean, and honestly, we have so many needles.
We have so many needles.
Because particularly early on, a lot of the pharmacies just sent you entire packs.
Yeah.
They'd send you 20 needles when you needed 4 for the month.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and
it's not a big deal.
sometimes one bends or, you need an extra, but we haven't really needed an extra that often. So we've got a lot of supply. Timothy Wilson, if digestion slows down, how does that trigger weight loss? Well, you feel fuller longer, and your body.
You're going to just eat less in that case.
Your brain is going to connect to your gut to say you're going to get that full signal in your brain, and that's sometimes,
Which
helps
is what
with the
Darian
stuff
says
eating.
too.
Yeah, it's a theory that if you're fuller longer, then you tend to eat less, and less calories could lead to weight loss. Jojo says, we are not doctors, but that's what we say.
How to Ham, thank you for being a member. Actually, Ham, there's Jojo. Says, hey, Downsized, started my journey with you last week, down 5.5 pounds, but my journey is over. I have the rare vision disease that can also be GLP-1 side effect. Totally bummed. I wish everyone the best. So you have Nyan? Is that what you have? Are you okay is the first question.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you've realized that. That's terrible. I'm sorry. So yeah, definitely work with your doctor. I don't really know what else to say about that.
Yeah, we hope you're okay.
Yeah.
Darian says, if you have any questions, please start it with QQQ. Jeremy says, I forgot to mention that Dennis said some other patients had adverse effects from GLP-1 with these. I haven't seen any research about that, talking about it. I mean, we do see a little bit of bone loss here and there, but it's really a function of weight loss. It's not a function of GLP-1, so you got to make sure you're getting all the nutrients that you need.
I mean, I've been to the dentist every 6 months throughout our 93-week journey, and it's business as usual.
Oh, Condi's going to do his newsletter tomorrow and add a thing about additives in the medications.
Oh, thanks,
Thank you, Condi.
Yeah, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter at cancerobesityconnection.org, go there and sign up for that, because Condi puts out a lot of great GLP-1 news content, even before we talk about it a lot of times on our news show. Jen Clark says, I've lost 37%, 185 now, 115, so happy, feel like a feather. That's awesome. That's great, Jen Clark. Oh, Super Chat. Oh, hey, Vanessa. She's one of our Downsized cruisers. Thanks for everything you do. I really appreciated Christopher's food noise video. Yep, that's only a few videos down the list. So if you haven't checked that out, I said, oh, Christopher, you don't know what food noise is. You didn't grow up with, being overweight. He goes, oh, don't I? Let me tell you about food noise. And he certainly
I did that
me.
one, and then also there was a whole one about research too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, Mish LW says, happy to hear your interpretation. I was at 237 for 3 weigh-ins and now 233 for 3 weeks. Is this a plateau? Week 15 tomorrow at 5 milligrams, and the doctor did increase my dose for the next round. So typically what most doctors will say is that a plateau is 4 weeks or longer, that you have lost to 0 weight.
She's been on 5 milligrams for a lot of weeks. You're in week 15.
Yeah.
So you've probably been on
It's
5
definitely time for you to move up.
I'd say it's time for you to move up.
Yeah.
The doctor did increase your dose for the next round. Yeah, that should get things moving. Your body's become accustomed to that 5 milligram.
Yeah.
Be my guest. I'm not a doctor. Anthony says, between the two of you, how many doses do you get out of it? I haven't ever counted it. 6, maybe. It's hard to say. Are the concentrations of all of them the same, or do you both do the math separately each time? All right, so people ask us this all the time, and I usually don't answer, but today I feel like answering it. So we order a 15 milligram vial. Christopher takes a 15 milligram
So I don't
dose.
have to do any math.
No
I
math
just follow
required.
the instructions.
I'm on a 7.5 milligram dose. Super easy. I cut it in half. If I decide to do a different dose other than that, there's a math equation that you can solve to figure out how many units to get to your milligrams. Go to ChatGPT and say, if 15 milligrams equals 88 units, how many milligrams, or 5 milligrams is how many units, and it'll do the math equation for you. Okay, so so usually on a vial that should have 4 doses in it, so we take them at the same time, right? So I'm 2 for every one of his, so we go through them pretty fast, but there is extra in there.
Yep.
I'd say an extra couple of shots, but I haven't really kept track of it. And we have some other family members that occasionally are also on it.
How to Ham says he's okay, or she's okay. Hard to say with the name like How to Ham, but can't have vision. No, absolutely. Take care of yourself. I mean,
yeah, sorry about that. It's a bummer, to say the least. Susan Riesig, are you related to the Riesigs
it's the
we
wrong
know?
spelling.
Oh, it is R-E-I-S. Yeah, R-E-I-S-I-G is. It's very close. Anyway, Susan, we have some friends named Riesig. I've had digestive issues that cause me to feel full all the time. It's not caused me to lose weight. Would a GLP-1 help, since that's how it works?
Yeah, because a
Probably.
GLP-1 does a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So it can work. Can work on inflammation. It can work on food noise. We have a couple of videos that go into all the details around how GLP-1s work, but it's a lot more than just fullness. So it would certainly be worth a try if you and your doctors decide that is good for you. YouTube user, great name.
I'm down 88 pounds in 9 months. I'm on Mounjaro. Well, good for you, YouTube user. We clap for you. Yay! 88 pounds in 9 months. That's fantastic. Mounjaro. So usually Mounjaro is for type 2 diabetes, so it's the same exact medication as what's in Zepbound that's been approved for weight loss. Kate says, has anyone noticed tendinitis disappearing? I suppose it's because inflammation has been reduced. Tendinitis.
Well, it could be inflammation. It could be, and I don't know how much weight you've lost, but if you've lost weight, when you just take the stress off of that, you reduce the inflammation and you take the weight off of it, it could well help tendinitis. I mean, we've seen research.
It takes away inflammation, yeah.
We've seen research around knee problems having significant changes from the medications. So, I don't know.
I mean, you said your knees feel better.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, that could very well be the case. I think I'm not as allergic to mosquito bites as I used to be. They still bite me, and they still kind of puff up, but within a couple hours, they're disappeared, and they don't itch anymore, and I'm not scratching at a million mosquito bites like all through the summer like I used to. So, these things do a lot. Ultimately, Melissa, I'm new to your channel. Who do you source your meds through? I'm Eli Lilly Direct Vials.
So I got some Zepbound from CVS today that was pens.
I get my compounded tirzepatide from Mochi Health. If you want to send me an email, I will be glad to give you more details on that. But Mochi Health is the answer.
Yep.
The Eli Lilly Direct Vials is probably the next best priced thing. I think Mochi's prices are pretty much the best. I think Brello is also the best if they service your state. But the Eli Lilly Direct Vials are a great deal also.
All right, so we should tell them about the cruise.
The cruise?
Yeah. So we had such a good time on our 2025 cruise that was in June. We decided, hey, let's throw a cruise in 2026 as well. So June 4th through the 8th, 2026, we will have the second annual Downsized at Sea cruise, and you are invited.
You are. This is your
And
personal
you are invited.
invitation.
The cruise will leave out of Miami, Florida, and will be on Royal Caribbean on the Freedom of the Seas is the name of the ship.
Freedom.
It will go to Miami and
Freedom.
Nassau, Bahamas. So it's a 4-night cruise. I think the rooms start at about, remind me what they start, 840, I think. Is
8 cents for double occupancy per person,
Yeah.
around $8.99-ish, something like that.
If you would like to join us, and this past time we had 54 GLP-1 users on there and had all kinds of fun. We're hoping to double it next year. If you'd like to join us, you can go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on 2026 cruise, or there's a big picture of a cruise ship on the page, and click on that. And you can reach out to our travel agents, Roberta and Kelly, and they can take care of you. Plenty of time to plan ahead. You can actually book it now, and if you want to go on and pay whatever you want to pay each month, it makes it a little bit easier to do it. But it should be a great time. And we do meet and greets. We'll film one of these we did this past time live from the ship. Do a
Live
Downsized
from
dish
New York.
interview.
Live
we'll do
from
excursions.
the Bahamas. It's the Downsized.
We'll go to Coco Cay, which is Royal Caribbean's big fancy private island with water slides and all kinds of fun stuff. If you've ever seen a Royal
I don't
Caribbean
do water
commercial.
slides, but I will go to the private island and lay on the beach.
It's lots of fun.
And maybe we'll do a snorkeling excursion. We did one last time. It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
so.
it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so let's see, where were we here?
What is that? She just mentioned as I clicked. Ha ha ha. Not sure what I mentioned, but
Hard to say.
hard to say.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, how was it? Yeah, the Sunday mosquito bites. Yeah, I was going to do a post about them, and I forgot. But they went away. They went completely away. Like, I looked at them as I was getting in the shower, and they were still there. And then, like, at night, by nighttime, nothing. Like, and I am so, I guess it was always a inflammation reaction to mosquito bites. I'm allergic to bee stings, so I'm allergic to most insect bites. I think it just takes away the inflammation. Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
Going to consider it. I live in Miami.
Ish. The Harry G12 says, I've been watching a bunch of your videos recently. I should be receiving my compounder's update tomorrow. I'm nervous but super excited to begin my journey. Thank you for all your content. You got this. Honestly, the shots are pretty scary the first time, but it's really sort of a non-thing.
Yeah, read all the paperwork that comes with it. Watch some videos. I've got one from a long time ago. I think I was even like super nervous filming this how to give yourself a shot video. But they're out there, and there's lots of people that you can watch doing it, and it's not that bad. And once you start seeing the results, like, I'll give myself a shot once a week forever if I can maintain this weight loss. So you can do it. Jalen, I'm so bummed again. We'll have to miss the Downsized cruise. Oh no, we're getting back from our big cruise, Amsterdam, British Isles, the day you leave.
Sounds like a time to hop on another cruise.
Just go from one cruise to the next. I can hope for next year again. Oh, all right, Amsterdam, British Isles. That must be like a Windstar or a one of those river cruises, Viking.
Could be just Royal Caribbean, Carnival, whoever. I mean, that's not on a river. That's
Amsterdam.
Yeah, but Amsterdam you can port all the way into in a cruise ship.
Yeah, we're going to Amsterdam in May of 2026, and I was kind of looking for cruises that might lead. But we're not doing that, right? We're not.
Who knows?
Which ship? Tell me more about this cruise. Maybe we'll join you.
There's
on your
river
cruise.
cruises that leave there for sure.
I'm very new to your channel, and my doctor recommended I go on Zepbound. All right, Evelyn. Well, you know what? Check it out. Watch some videos. Any questions you got, you can put them in the chat, and we'll answer them for you. I think it's great.
Well, so Evelyn, the challenge of these medications is once you start doing research, you start swirling around Facebook groups and Reddit and all this stuff, and people who comment on all of those things are always, if you believe them, everyone in the world is constipated and throwing up and doing all these things.
The
The reality of it, however, is if you look at the research, any given side effect, about 20 to 30% of the people have. And only of those 20 to 30%, only about 10% of those have it so bad that they'll do anything about it. So it's not a terrible thing. So could you be constipated? Absolutely, you could be. Could you have
Is it
nausea?
manageable? Yes, it is.
Absolutely. All those things are manageable.
All those things are manageable.
Stay in front of it. The vast majority of things can be managed either through an over-the-counter remedy from your local CVS, Walgreens, Joe's Drugstore, Amazon, you name it, or by a call to your doctor who can write you prescriptions and take care of you. It is nothing to be scared of, but I get it because we've been there. We've been on the other side going, ooh, am I going to grow a third eye?
Right. You hear so many like scary things, and we have found that, we had somebody, the ham radio person, really that's the first person we've ever talked to that is like that. Of course, be in contact with your doctor if you have anything out of unusual happen. Please check with your doctor. But most people will maybe be a little nauseous, maybe be a little constipated, maybe you have diarrhea, maybe you're a little tired the day after your shot. All those things are manageable, right? I mean, for me to lose 50 pounds and to get to my goal weight when I could never, ever in my whole 56 years do that, I mean, it's definitely worth it. But I do have to manage my constipation. I have to focus on my fiber, and I have to focus on my water, and I have to make sure I eat vegetables, and I have to occasionally take an over-the-counter remedy for it. But I think I was a little constipated to start with. So
You were always full of it. It's true.
22 years of marriage,
Yeah.
ladies.
I mean, so I'm
22 years.
103 pounds down, I think, as of today. I have never taken a thing for constipation.
Oh, no.
Am I a
It's
little
used the other
slow?
way.
Sure, I'm a little slower,
It
but
just
I've
slows your
never,
digestion. It slows.
I've never taken a thing for constipation.
He has the other effect.
Early on, there's a lot of fatigue for me. The nice thing is most people after a few months, it evens out a little bit and it's not as bad and that kind of thing. I get cold, and it's
we
it's
get
a function of both
Even in the
weight
summer
loss
here.
and the way these medications work
on your
your brain. It kind of does that. Every once in a while, I'll get allodynia, which is a skin sensitivity. It doesn't actually hurt so much as it's just like I'll tell you, my shirt. I just really kind of
Like every once in a while, he rips out, that shirt's bothering me. I'm like,
if it's
all right.
if it has a lot of texture, sometimes I just can't wear it. But it's not anything. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And people will comment, about it. And see, Michelle's telling you she was scared too. You hear all the negative. Nothing I heard was accurate for me. It was the best thing I've done. I've lost and feel so much better. I mean, for me, losing 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, I no longer am on blood pressure medication. I no longer am on cholesterol medication.
Right.
I had undiagnosed, I am sure, sleep apnea,
apnea.
and I sleep through the night and don't snore. Not a
Hallelujah.
big deal. I've had a bad
That's a big
knee
deal.
since I was in first grade and had surgery on it, and that never goes away because it was a huge surgery. But the pain that was a daily occurrence, being 100 pounds lighter and being on this medication and knocking that inflammation down, just is almost
Got so much
non-existent.
better. Yeah.
So it's been work. I wouldn't go back. The only thing I would change is I would do it sooner.
There you have it. There you have it. I did love the food noise video. Thanks, Marianne. Yeah, that was a good one. I'll DM you, Laraine, on the cruise. Okay. Thanks. Tanya says, hi, I've been on this Zepbound journey since February 2024, 60 years old. I'm down 72 pounds. I was a size 14, 16. Now a size 0? Girl. All right, girl, you go ahead with
As
your
a
bad
man, I
self.
don't understand size 0. You'd have to be invisible for an actually to be a size 0. It's crazy.
In maintenance mode on 5 milligrams since April 2025, 5'5", 119 pounds. See, you make me want to think maybe I should be 119 pounds because I'm 5'5" and I'm 56 years old. Because I was a size 14, 16. See, I see these people with these amazing weight losses, and I go, maybe I should lose. Should I lose some more? No, I'm fine where I am. I'm a size 4 or a size 6. I was a size 14, 16. I applaud you, and that is awesome, Tanya. And it makes me a little bit jealous, I have to say. But good for you. Good for you. That is really, really great.
Tanya Sparkles, with getting compounded, have you heard of going up in dose slower? Example, 2.5 milligrams to 4 milligrams instead of 5 milligrams. Thanks, I'm new to GLP-1s. My nurse mind is overthinking. So we are not nurses. We are not doctors, first of all. There's a lot of people doing science experiments on themselves out there.
I'm an expert on myself.
They're an expert of one, and they're trying to draw conclusions that may or may not be true. You certainly can't. What I would tell you is, unless you're having side effects and there's a reason for you to do that, I would typically recommend to you to follow the researched and tested titration dosing, or very close to it. Some of the pharmacies have it a little bit off. Because what it's doing is it's bumping up and making sure the medication continues to work. So really the percentage difference between 4 and 5 milligrams is a very small percentage difference.
But why? I mean, why?
So if you have side effects and there's things going on and you need to talk to your doctor and you're worried about that, then absolutely there may be some intermediary dose that you need to do.
I mean, if you started on 2.5 and you were throwing up and constipated and just having a super hard time, did JoJo just knock us offline?
Maybe.
Can you see us?
Yeah, we're still
alive. Okay. JoJo just sat on the keyboard. Some people do well just staying on the starting dose. Some people need to move up once their body becomes accustomed to it. All the studies were done at 2.5 and then 5 and then 7.5, etc. So you could move up slower if you want to. I don't know why you would unless you're having a severe side effect. That's our opinion.
Because honestly, moving up slower might just slow your weight loss.
It might just slow you down, and then you think you're not losing, but you're not really following the recommended schedule, so you don't know, is it you, is it the
There's a lot of people playing with dosing out there, though, so there will be 50 people that disagree, and I'm going to default back to the research.
I mean, we did a reaction video to Dr. Tina. You don't want to talk about that? What do you say?
Oh, nothing. Mish LW became a member. Thank you for becoming a member of Club Downsized.
Thanks, Mish. All right. Anybody doing my pull-up challenge? So I'm trying to be able to do a pull-up because I could never do one in school. Oh, wait. Carlos says, hi, got prescription from the doctor, but insurance does not cover it at all. Priced at over $1,000. Yes, that is our experience also. Oh, no.
So we do not recommend research peptides. Research peptides are not legal.
Go to Mochi Health. I have a code. You can save $40.
Or
Email me.
Go to lilly.com and get the vials from them. But here's the thing. Research peptides are not legal medications, and they say on their websites and on their drugs that they are not for human consumption.
Don't do it.
There are plenty of people out there that'll go, oh, you're a coward, you shouldn't be doing this, blah, 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 blah.
We don't do it. We don't recommend it.
It's our channel.
That's our stance.
Yeah, somebody's going to get hurt because research peptides you're having to mix up in your kitchen. There's research we don't recommend it. Is it a lot cheaper?
Sterile.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper.
It's a lot more dangerous. A lot more things can go wrong. Don't do it. Now, go online to like a Mochi Health or a Brello or one of those, and Mochi is $199 a month for the medication and $79 membership fee. So
this is not a sponsored video.
We can't afford $1,000 a month. That's what we did initially. That's what I have done the entire 93 weeks of my journey. So I will not use research grade.
No, and we don't recommend it. And honestly, like on our Facebook group, we shut the whole conversation around it down because it'll shut down a group quicker than anything.
Yeah.
So here's another Mochi question.
Is Mochi shipping to new customers? Yeah, sure. They sign up every day with my code. I can no longer get my compounded GLP-1 through the telehealth I was using and am in a panic. Cannot afford the branded version. Send me an email, Laraine at thedownsized.org, Laraine. I'll send you my code, my Mochi code, and you can use it and get $40 off your first order. This is not a sponsored by Mochi event, but I have used them for all of my 93 weeks. So yes, their customer service at times has not been great. So you need to stay on it and be a good consumer and watch it, because they've had problems just like every other telehealth place. So your mileage may vary. But if you send me an email, I'll send you my code.
Steve S. says, took compounding tirzepatide for 5 months. In that time, I trained my brain to eat healthier, lost 80 pounds, kept it off for the last few months since stopping tirzepatide by keeping the new eating habits.
Perfect.
Well, Steve, good for you.
Perfect.
What I would tell you is I think that you are the exception and not the rule. So probably more people will need to stay on these medications than not. But if you've been able to do it, absolutely. The great thing is that tool always exists. So if you need to go back to it,
so if you feel
there.
the food noise coming back, or you see your weight creeping up, the tirzepatide is a tool in your toolbox. So, use it if you need to use it.
Shonda says, have a good night.
Oh, thanks, Shonda.
Anthony says, size 0, that's not a real thing. It really, as a man, because men's sizes are all measurement based. So you couldn't possibly have a 0 size in a men's.
I mean, that's like the size that, stars
right, but
and
my
movies
pants are 32
right?
inches. There's no such thing as 0-inch pants. You would be invisible.
You'd be invisible.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's probably somebody with a 22-inch waist, or
very,
it's
very,
just
very
an
interesting
small.
way to do it. It's
have you hit the like button? I don't know, Darium. Have you hit the like button?
Well, let's see. There's 254 people and 182 likes out there.
All right,
Thank
so
you very much. We've got
button.
4 new members on this stream. Thank you for joining Club Downsized. Shelly says she was just taking off blood pressure meds. She was on. Did your interview run with her?
Have I interviewed you?
No.
Shelley? I don't think I've interviewed you.
Did we? I don't remember.
Shelley, we need to do an interview. If we haven't already, send me an email. Premier Protein is on sale at Costco right now. If only I had a Costco membership. There's a Costco down the road from us. Laraine, I'm doing the pull-up challenge. Yay, Terry. So let me talk a little bit about the pull-up challenge. So when I was in middle school, we had to do the flex arm hang for the presidential physical fitness test, and I missed it by 5 seconds because I could not hold my big body over that chin-up bar. So I said, you know what? Let's try to do a pull-up. So at the gym where I go, there's an assisted pull-up machine. And if you go to I think I done some YouTube shorts, with me doing some of these pull-ups. So I started on a 50-pound, on the 50-pound weight. So on the 50, that's how much weight it subtracts from my body weight. So the lighter you go, the harder it is, right? So to pull up my whole 142-pound self, if I subtract 50 pounds off of that, it's a lot easier than if I just try to do it on my own. So a lot of people have started by doing just a dead hang for as long as they can. I think Val has started that way. Figure out, go in the gym, figure out, find a place that's easy for you where you can practice a few, and then try to progressively move up. I don't do any other machines in the gym because I've never done that. I don't know about them. Occasionally I'll go in there and play around with a weight thing or two, but really I do my exercise class, and then I go straight to that weight machine, and I try to do some pull-ups. Today I did one on 30 pounds. So that's the best I've ever done. So play along with me. 24 CIFM, link for Mochi. It's joinmochi.com. If you send me an email, I can tell you my code. Hang on. Everybody it's just, okay.
This is not a sponsored post.
This is not a sponsored post. My code is QIYG, the letter O, not a 0, but the letter O and 8. So QIYGO8, the letter O and then 8. Go to joinmochi.com. If you punch in that code, you'll get $40 off. I'll get $40 off.
And the way those codes work,
everybody gets a code.
Every customer gets a code.
You get a code, and
you can
get
give
a
your
code
out to your friends. So there's no
Yeah.
affiliate. There's no sponsorship. It's just
please
tell people about us, and you get $40 off.
Yeah. So I mean, they've had issues. Your mileage may vary. Like, I don't work for them. If you are having a problem with your medicine, like, you need to talk to their customer service. But I've used them for my whole journey, so that's my story.
Tanya says, remember veterans, you can get Zepbound from your PCP at the VA hospital for free, and you get 3 boxes a day of 90 days. So I didn't know that. So good to know. Is that true for all veterans? Is that
veterans?
But that, yeah,
free.
If you can get free, that is the best option. Go for it.
Wow, that's amazing. And thank you for your service, veterans. Kathy Allen says, since I've been losing weight on Zepbound, my inflammation markers went way down to normal values, and literally all my aches and pains are just about gone. My rheumatologist is amazed. It is amazing. I mean, it just works on so many things. Inflammation just does so much bad stuff to your body. And when that goes away, like your rashes clear up, maybe your skin gets better, maybe your knees don't hurt so much, maybe things that used to ache don't ache anymore. I mean, we do stories every week in the news about maybe it's good for Alzheimer's, maybe it's good for helping breast cancer.
Tanya says her waist is 25 inches.
Okay, Tanya.
And losing it, Grace says it gets worse. CD, there's a 0, 0. How
there is, and Lily
is this just not part of this just terrible culture? I mean, why would sizing ever be 0, 0?
That's really for, like,
but that's not the point.
Dare I say,
the point
preteen girls
if
wanting to wear
the sizing
women's
was
sizes.
actually a reflection of your measurement and it wasn't some random vanity thing, it would just level the playing field.
Well, so I used to be a clothing buyer. I bought bottoms. I was a bottoms buyer. My friends always get a big laugh out of that. I bought jeans, pants, skirts, shorts for about 15 years. So I haven't done that in a long time. But, you know, every manufacturer has a different size spec for their different sizes. And sizes have gotten progressively larger over the years. So, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, there's a size 0, 0. I mean, for some people that might be a goal. It's not a goal of mine. So, but if you're a naturally tiny person, you know, those naturally skinny people who they need clothing too, right? They want to dress like grown-ups too. God bless them. Schedule an interview with me at Laraine at thedownsized.org. If you want to be on the Downsized dish. I've talked to over 50, 60 people. We've interviewed. You can go back and watch them. I bet you can find someone that looks like you, and if you can't, then that's a reason for you to come on and talk to me. So,
Tanya Whitaker, that was for you. She was asking about the
Laraine at the Downsized. Oh, yeah. Do you want to put it up again, or you just put it up?
I just put it up.
LARAINE at thedownsized.org.
Mumi Kiki says, are GLP-1s known to cause depression as a side effect? Yes, no, maybe is kind of the answer. It's not the most common things, but I think it definitely impacts your serotonin receptors. So those things that kind of fire, and so it can dull things a bit. Now we have done news stories on the research on depression and their suicidal tendencies in teens and all the research has said it actually helps. That we've reported on. But if you're having questions about that, please talk to your doctor and make sure that you're getting what you need.
Mental health is important. Matt Splat 101, how do you choose the right compound drug dealer? Lumimeds, RX Pros, Olympia, Mochi, Fridays, ONG. Well, I mean, I don't know some of these names. I know Mochi, obviously, because I've used them for 93 weeks. Look at who they're using as a compounding pharmacy in your state. Look at the price. Do they have a membership fee? Do they have good customer service? Can you get somebody on the phone when you want to talk to them? Can you message your doctor at any time of the day or night and have them respond within 24 hours? I mean, I can with Mochi.
I mean, the reality of telehealth is the vast majority of these basically are the Uber of medicine. They're the connector. They're the software.
They're not making anything.
Right. They don't make anything. They're the software that connects you to the doctor.
To you, to the pharmacy.
To the pharmacy. So as long as they have a network of doctors that they can do, and I would expect you need to talk to an actual doctor. Don't use any of these that it's just
Yeah.
send in a note. No, talk. The
It's
ones
you
that
need to
aren't
have an
talking to the
online
actual doctor, at some
consultation with
point
a
the FDA is
doctor.
going to figure out and shut those down. Talk
Yeah.
to an actual doctor. This is a real prescription drug. You need to talk to an actual doctor.
Yeah.
And then look at ask them who their compounding pharmacies are. You can search the compounding pharmacies. The vast majority of them are using a handful of pharmacies, so they're pretty easy to look up. You can always come on here and ask about compounding pharmacies, but
Yeah.
I mean, we've used 6 different pharmacies. I could tell you
Yeah.
about any of the
We've used
compounding
Empower
pharmacies.
Pharmacy, Red Rock Pharmacy, Hallandale Pharmacy. Hallandale's not shipping anymore. And there's another one. Well, Equita, but they're
Anyway,
shut down.
essentially, really what they're doing is running an app that connects you to a doctor in a pharmacy. As long as it's all being delivered, you shouldn't even really need to talk to the actual telehealth company the vast majority of the time, unless there's
Unless you
some
have
issue.
a problem.
They're kind of seamless. It's like Uber. You hit it, you talk to your driver, the driver delivers you. You hit it, you talk to your doctor, the doctor sends the prescription to the pharmacy, they deliver it to your house. It should be pretty seamless, assuming it's all working correctly. Test row 45.
Down 60 pounds. Slow responder from Oklahoma. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. 30 more to go on compounded tirzepatide. 70 years old. I love your videos. Well, thanks, Tess. Tess row 45. That's awesome. I was in the musical Oklahoma in high school. I was in the chorus. Raven Hayes says, how much water do you drink? Well, I got me this here big cup. And this here big cup holds about 40 ounces. And I drank one of these this morning, and I added some electrolytes to it when I was at the gym. And then I filled it up again at dinner time. And did I drink more than that? I had a Diet Coke in the middle of the day, which maybe counts towards your water, or maybe it doesn't. So I at least have 2 of these a day, which is 80. Sometimes I have more than that, and I don't usually drink any liquids that have calories other than the occasional wine or cocktail. So I try to make most of my drinks water. I do love Diet Coke. We were out of Diet Coke today at lunch. I usually have 1 can of Diet Coke at lunch. But I try to get 80 ounces of water, sometimes 100. I've heard you should drink half your body weight in ounces of water, or is it all your body weight in ounces of water? I don't know. You can't drink too much water, so ask your doctor, look up some online calculators, and figure out how much do you need.
Yep. What do I drink? I drink usually 2 of these a day. I don't know how much is in this.
24 ounces. I've measured all the cups in our house.
I don't know how much is in this. A Diet Coke at lunch, a couple of cups of coffee in the morning.
I have coffee, but I don't count that.
Usually
but water. Yeah. We're pretty good about drinking water. When I travel, I have a bottle that I take with us or take with me and fill up. And it's a little trickier when traveling. I'm down 53 pounds, Ravine, and also 12 months postpartum. Well, congratulations.
That means you got a 12-month-old baby.
Huh. Down 53 pounds. I wish I'd have had this after my babies. I think my highest weight after having a baby, I've had 3, I was at 250 pounds. I'm 5'5", so that was quite large. So, yeah. Kate says, only us veterans that are on disability or retired can use the VA hospital. Gotcha.
Good.
Gotcha. Good to know. Thanks, Kate. Becky Clark, Laraine, love your gym videos. Very encouraging. I'm not there yet. You know what? You got to start where you are, right? So you do what you can from where you are. And I've been going to this one gym I've been going to for almost 3 years now. And I've done so many different workouts. I've done so many different things. I've done boxing gyms. I've done Pure Barre. I've done CrossFit gyms. I've run half marathons and trained with groups. So I'm very comfortable in a group fitness type of setting. Not everybody is. But you know what? Find something that they always say find something that you like to do, and I always thought that was a dumb saying because I always said I don't like exercise. I am only exercising to lose weight. Well, now I don't have any more weight to lose, but I find that exercise makes me feel better. It gives me those endorphins. I go out and talk to people. I'm, me, I love to talk. So I'm always pulling somebody else in to do pull-ups with me on the pull-up machine. So you know what? But you got to do what you can. Our friend Barb at Health at Any Cost said she started with Campbell soup cans in her kitchen, and then she moved up to Progresso soup cans, and she's lost 280 pounds, and now she walks to a couple miles to the gym, works out, and then walks a couple miles back. So, just take baby steps. You can do it. Linda, because the fashion industry likes to torture women to achieve size 0, 0, 0. They maybe. I don't want to be a size 0. Maybe in some part of my brain I do, but I'm good where I am. And if that's you, then that's great. I don't think my body. I have too much. I just don't think I could ever get down to that size personally. And sizes are different depending on the brand. I'm an 8 in one, and it's not the same as 8 in another. Yeah, and Lord knows I was shoving myself into 12s for a long time, and I knew which brands I could fit into those 12s and which brands I couldn't, because Banana Republic was not fitting me. As I said, oh, I'm a 12, 14. I'd go into Banana Republic. That 14 would not zip. Old Navy?
Well, and see, for guys, even though the pants are a measurement, they're still not all the same.
No,
not all 32-inch pants or 42-inch pants are the same. It doesn't.
They're not cut consistently because the material's cut in a big stack, and it's just the tolerance on most mass merchandising is not there. Ultimately, Melissa, can you put in your code in the description? Can I put it in there? It's QIY. G, the letter O.
G.
O, and then 8. Okay. All right. So it's in the description.
It's in the comments.
It's in the comments. It's in the comments now. Make sure you can copy and paste that, and you won't have a problem. Make sure you use the letter O and not a 0. Some people comment, Laraine, your code didn't work. Did you copy and paste it? No, I didn't. Well, that's why. But you can go to joanmochi.com. All right.
H. Harvey says, how long can you use a vial for? I'm reading 28 days from first puncture. That is the accepted best practice,
yeah.
Basically, every time you poke a hole in it, it opens the possibility of contamination.
Right.
So that's typically 28 days is 4 punctures. That's really about as long as you want to go. That is the best practice. Really, nobody's going to recommend longer than that. We have gone a little
Have I
longer than
gone
that.
beyond that? Yes, I have. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. You do what you're an
But I would
adult.
tell you is make sure you're using best practices in storing your vials. So make sure you're in a refrigerator that is at the appropriate temperature. It's not freezing it. It's not too hot.
Yeah.
Make sure there's not moldy, mildewy, gross things in your refrigerator, because guess what? Those will get on your vials.
Well, just clean out your refrigerator.
Clean out your refrigerator, right?
Right.
Really, I recommend you finding some sort of solid Rubbermaid style container. If it's opaque, that's even better. Keeps the light away from it.
You don't want to be able to see.
Just protects it. We also have in our store, they make zippered vial cases that have foam in them that you can store the vials in the foam container. I've seen way too many horror stories about people dropping their vials. So just make sure you're doing the best. You want to keep all the nasties, the light, the viruses, the mold, anything away from those vials, because you're going to then use them to inject in your body.
And keep them in the refrigerator. If you take a vial out of the refrigerator and it goes to room temperature, then you can leave it at room temperature for 30 days. Like, you don't want to have it go hot and cold. You want to keep it at a consistent temperature. So that's important when you're traveling. We're going to be traveling with our vial, and we're going to need to keep it cool-ish. You don't want it to go above, I think, 80 degrees because we're going to bring it back home and there's still going to be doses left in it and we're still going to need to use it. But yeah, 28 days is the best practice. Have I gone longer than that? Yes, I have.
Ravine says Empower. We've
Pharmacy.
used Empower, absolutely. They're the largest one in the country. I mean, they're...
Yeah, we currently get shipped from Empower right now. Come be on an interview with me.
I didn't really want that.
Didn't
to
really
be on
want
it.
to do that.
I didn't really want to.
You want to put our website on there?
We could.
Check out our website, thedownsized.org. We've got links to our Amazon store. We're Amazon affiliates, so we make a small commission off each purchase at no additional cost to you. But I've used a lot of things along the way that have helped. Fiber gummies, Premier Protein, different fiber and protein bars. So if you go to our website and click on the Amazon store, you can see everything that we've used. Our scale, our travel case. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there you might want to check out. You can also see a link to our cruise, see all the details about that. You can see my tracker spreadsheets on there. You can download that. What else is on there? I don't know. Go look at it sometime.
You can book the cruise. Yeah. Dave John says, "What's in your pocket?" Well, it's not really a thing in the pocket. So we actually have 2 microphones on right now, believe it or not. So there's a little tiny round one, and
this one's getting away
so
from
the
me
little
here.
tiny round one is actually the one that's talking to my phone right now because we're shooting through the phone.
He thought one
Typically,
might fail and we'd have
well, one did fail. We had to switch over, right? So earlier in the broadcast, we were using, there's a camera up here that has this lapel mic running to it. Unfortunately, I don't know, something happened there.
Our internet
was doing weird, so we're
fighting
actually
us.
broadcasting on our phone now. So there's 2 microphones going right now. So
Sounds like a song.
yeah, it's all kinds of crazy technology things. Hello from Dallas. I'm on week 7. Good for
Big
you.
D, little A, double L, A, S. Week 7. All right, Beth, you go, girl. Linda says, my 80-year-old vegan mom lost so much weight, she had to shop in the children's department. My parents are also shrinking. My mom's going to be 80 in October. Ravine says, I'm on my walking pad and watching y'all live on my TV. Love y'all's channel. How often do you walk or exercise weekly? Well, I am in the gym doing group classes probably at least 4 days a week, if not more. I do a bar class at the gym, which uses some weights. I've been doing a high-intensity interval training class. I've been doing a cardio dance class and a step aerobics class are right now my top favorites. I go over to the weight room. I try to do a few pull-ups, and that's my whole thing. Actually, on Sunday, I walked 3 miles through the neighborhood just because, I don't know, I just felt like getting out of the house for a minute. I like to exercise. I do kind of like to exercise. Is that weird to say? I've never really said that before, but it's true. All right, I think we're wrapping this up now.
Yeah, we are.
Please
Here's
like
the
and
thing.
subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely do that. So there's 238 people out there, 211 likes. So I love to get above 200 likes, so I appreciate that deeply. We will be leaving for Washington, D.C. tomorrow to go to the conference and do the meetup. If you haven't registered for the meetup, go to thedownsized.org and you can come. It's free. You just RSVP, tell us you're coming. You can come meet us in Arlington, and then expect to see, we will probably broadcast live each day from the conference. She thinks I'm crazy, but we're going to an obesity
Well,
conference.
it's the Obesity Action Coalition Conference. It's the Your Weight Matters Conference. It's for people fighting this disease of obesity because, and we haven't said this in a while, obesity is a disease as recognized by the American Medical Association, among others, and it's not your fault that you have the disease of obesity and that you might have overweight or obesity. It is not your fault. Has anybody ever told you that? It's important. Say that a few times with me because it takes a while for that to sink in.
No, a couple of questions. Let's do it.
All right. A couple more
Anthony
questions.
says, are you guys still growing your stash with other places besides Mochi and the actual pins? On a scale from 1 to 10, how worried are you guys at the possibility of the 503As getting the Lilly Axe? No, I mean, I've got one Orca Lilly vial left that I've been taking. there's no such thing as a Lilly Act. So Lilly has no enforcement power. Lilly can only file lawsuits. And Lily's going to file lawsuits, and Lily's real goal, and anybody's real goal in things like this, is really to scare the crap out of you and make you spend so much money that you're done. Right? So those sorts of lawsuits, and we did a whole live stream with Lee Fitzin, the TikToker who's an attorney. I mean, his statement was that's a 2-year lawsuit. Nothing's going to happen anytime soon. So
And you know what's going to happen in 2 years?
There's going to be other drugs out, and it won't matter.
GLP-1 medications.
Yep. So
and
as far as Lilly, my worry is like 2. I'm not too worried about it.
I'd say 2.
Could other things happen? Yes, other things could happen. So the FDA could say, here's the actual interpretation of those regulations, and that could change everything. Does it look like it's going to under the current administration? Probably not. But it could happen. At some point, somebody's going to have to redefine those regulations. They were written pre-GLP-1, so no legislator anticipated the craziness of GLP-1s.
The billions of dollars.
So at some point, those regulations will be reworked. What they'll say, who the heck knows? But they won't exist.
By the time we get around to it, we'll have 25 different.
So where am I? I'm like a 5-6 on that. The wild card are all the states. So we've seen some states send out warning letters to compounding pharmacies.
Like
I think Arizona,
Massachusetts.
yeah. So there's a couple of them. So the states could because the states regulate the compounding pharmacies.
Yeah, the states
could shut down individual pharmacies. And
But
if,
why
for
would
instance, they shut down Empower Pharmacy in Texas, that is a huge chunk. They're the largest compounding pharmacy in the country. Huge chunk of business that could impact a lot of people. And that one actually worries me a bit more. So that one's probably a 7 or an 8 because the states are out doing all kinds of crazy things. They could do whatever they want to do.
And move to a different state.
Either way, we're buying compounded medication right now. We're buying branded right now. We're still stocking up. Are we getting it from other people right now? No, we're not, because I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah. Doris says, I used to be able to do pull-ups until I broke 8 ribs. Oh no, Doris. Someday, hopefully, I can do them again. Well, you gotta do what you can do, right? That sounds painful with the 8 ribs, so I hope you're okay now. Terry says, hey, from North Dakota. Hey, Terry. On week 31, down 71 pounds, only 4 pounds from Wonderland. Woohoo! All right. Good job, Terry. Terry's been watching us for a while from North Dakota. That's awesome. All right, so a couple more and then we gonna go. Adrian says, what's the best food to start eating when you started taking the GLP-1? The best food to take is the food that you like. That has protein.
So Adrian, I'll tell you, my general philosophy on this is to eat real food.
Chicken.
Right, chicken, beef, pork, and real fresh vegetables as much as you can. You're going to say, that's expensive, I can't afford that. Well, here's the thing on these medications, you don't eat very much. You don't have to buy a lot of food. You're only going to have so many bites. And then those things, prepare them as low fat as you can. So grilled, roasted in the oven, pan, whatever. Because unfortunately, some of those fats sometimes, first of all, they bring a lot of calories. Fats aren't bad, but they do bring calories. And they can upset your stomach. And you're going to want to, as you move along, kind of move gently forward, because there will be things that upset your stomach that you do not anticipate, and it doesn't make any sense. The medicine just says, get out. And it happens, but focus on real food.
Find things you like.
That
are high in protein.
Ideally. You can really eat virtually anything as long as you do it in small quantities. Some things are not going to be worth it. So a fried food is probably going to upset your stomach. Something that's too sweet might do the same thing, and then as it goes along, it'll evolve. But you've got this, Adrian. You can do it. Really the goal here is to learn good eating habits so that you can continue forward. So if you learn, and a lot of people report this, that all of a sudden vegetables taste good on these medicines, and you're eating good food, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Once you hit your goal.
Try to make healthy choices. Tammy says, just registered for the Chicago meet and greet. Whoop, whoop. Looking forward to meeting y'all in the Windy City. See you in November. Bring a jacket. Oh, yeah, don't I know. It's so hot now. It's like 100 degrees here. I can't even imagine needing a jacket, but it'll come soon enough. Thanks, Tammy. Cynthia, did you ever get a stomach ache taking your stomach ache?
You sure that's not constipation?
I have gotten constipation, stomach ache. No. I mean, I felt tired. I felt constipated. I felt a little nauseous at times, but no.
But it could be
Not too bad,
constipation.
yeah.
So I would think, when was the last time I went to the restroom? And if you haven't in the last few days, you should
need
do
to take
something about that. Yeah.
There's over-the-counter remedies. Valerie, looking forward to hearing about the conference. Thanks for all you do. Well, thanks, Valerie. Thanks for watching. Did you receive my email? I don't know. I've been on this live for 2 hours. I'll check it out, Tanya. Okay. Is there a Facebook group? Yes.
So she just joined the club too.
Okay. So
there's 2 Facebook groups. Go for it, girl.
All right. The one that's open to anyone is called The Downsized Adventure with Laraine and Christopher. It has our picture on it, so you know that that's the right one. You have to answer some questions and agree to the group rules, and you have to have a picture on your Facebook profile or you don't get in. I just made those up. Okay, so that's group number 1. And then for Club Downsized members, we have a Club Downsized Facebook page. You have to know the password to that. The password, if you go to the community page on YouTube, there's a couple of posts where I talk about the Club Downsized Facebook page and the password. Okay, so yeah, so I hope that clears that up.
And if you can't figure it out, email us at Laraine at thedownsized.org or Christopher at thedownsized.org, and we'll make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
Patricia says shot day is on Friday 2, down 84.1 on shot 93.
Wow.
Keep on.
You started about the
27
same time
pounds
we
to go.
did. Yeah, that's awesome, Patricia. Good job. This cat is gonna get. She's gonna knock the camera over. Jojo, please stop. All right, we gotta go because I gotta go feed the cat. She's yelling at me.
Anthony says, hopefully you guys get Kelly on the channel. Maybe she can sing a jingle. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Since you've been downsized, blah blah blah. No, I don't know. All right, cat.
All right. Thank you all for joining us for the Downsized Live. We watch out for us this week because we will be out and about in Washington, and we will be live streaming from the conference. So yeah, it's going to be super cool, hopefully. Anyway, and then we'll be back next week on Wednesday Live. So my name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe real quick. Hit it right now. Quick. JoJo's knocking the camera over. All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.